Hello everyone and welcome to Thursday, August 19th, 2021. Cold, wet, and unsettled weather coming. Possible severe weather in some areas today. So we need to kind of keep an eye on a lot of moving parts with the weather today as this big trough slowly moves eastward and now begins to affect some areas further east along the divide. The cool and wet weather will be covering more real estate today. Severe weather is possible today through early tonight, especially in eastern Wyoming, northeast Colorado, and western Nebraska. We'll take a look at that. We had some severe weather yesterday afternoon and evening in some areas. Yep, it is going to snow tonight in some high mountain areas. Now, don't go waxing your skis. Don't get the snowmobiles ready. We're not talking about a lot, but some of the high mountains of the region will see some snow tonight above 10,000 feet. Now, temperatures will moderate this weekend, but they're not going to warm up too quickly. And some of those northern areas that are getting rain now, like Idaho, Montana, and parts of northern Wyoming, well, you're going to see more rain chances coming in this weekend with another frontal system. Here's a satellite photo. You can see the mass of clouds from the storm. Now, yesterday, the storm was centered over western Idaho, and really it's only moved to about here. So it's moving very, very slowly. And with the slow movement, that's going to keep rain chances high in many of the same areas. They got rain yesterday. And boy, we've been looking at some rain totals and they've been excellent. Parts of western Wyoming, eastern Idaho, Utah, western Colorado, areas in Montana. There are many, many areas that have a half, 3/4, or more than an inch of rain with more to come. By afternoon, the low is about Evanston, Salt Lake City area. So in only 24 hours, it's only gone this distance. So when it moves this slow, you're going to get quite a bit of weather with it. Now, with the colder air aloft, high above in the atmosphere, the air underneath this storm is cold in the high reaches of the atmosphere. It's still very warm here. When you make it colder high above and it's still warm on the ground, this causes a lot of instability. That's going to make this area ripe for some possible severe weather today. The Storm Prediction Center has southeastern Wyoming, parts of South Dakota, Nebraska, northeast Colorado, and far northwest Kansas in the slight risk. Now, when you see a slight risk, that actually means you're going to see severe weather. That's the bullseye where the most active severe thunderstorms will be. Yesterday afternoon and evening, a severe thunderstorm hit Torrington, Wyoming, 64-mile-per-hour winds, almost an inch of rain, and we had some damage to trees. An irrigation pivot sprinkling system got blown over. So when you have a contrast in air masses like this with this unseasonably cold storm, you're going to get some nasty weather. So if you're in that yellow area or even that darker green area, watch out for some stronger storms today. And this is the hail risk. Hail and heavy rain, probably the biggest risk. I cannot rule out the risk also of tornado activity, especially further east into the eastern panhandle, parts of western Nebraska, northeast Colorado with this system today. Temperatures by afternoon relative to average. Look at all the green and the purple and the blue there. You can see all of the coolness. Look at the bullseye of cold over Utah, western and southwestern Wyoming, western Colorado, eastern Idaho, then up through Montana. Quite the departure from the heat that we've seen over the last several weeks. Now, the system is also going to bring up the wind. This is going to be especially true tomorrow. Anybody traveling I-80 or I-25 tomorrow, watch out for strong wind gusts during the day Friday as the system moves through. We're going to have a bout of wind. It won't last long, but there's going to be some strong winds Friday afternoon and evening, and then those stronger winds will then move up into North Dakota and South Dakota later on. But you can see also a wide swath here of 30, 40-mile-per-hour wind gusts as the system goes through. Not terribly typical for the middle of August to see a system of this strength. Going forward, by Saturday morning, the low gets a kick and it starts to move more quickly up into North Dakota and Minnesota. There's a little bit of high pressure and a southwest wind that'll bring in some warmer temperatures. Not a big warm up, but a modest warm up for Saturday. But you see this guy right here? This quickly comes through Saturday night and Sunday across northern Wyoming and southern Montana. That's going to produce another batch of rain and thunderstorms up here Saturday night into Sunday morning. So that'll bring more rain to those areas. And as we go out to Sunday, there it is. You can see that low and that front tracking across the area there. Taking a look at the rain forecast through Monday, this is additional rain forecasted through the next 4 to 5 days here. So you can see northwestern Wyoming going to get more. as well as southern Montana. Look at North Dakota, that really needs it, South Dakota as well. And Colorado's western slope and the Wasatch going to get more rain today and tonight. Flash flooding is going to be a concern in the burn scar areas of southern Wyoming and Colorado today and into tonight. This is the hole we showed you yesterday. Southeast Colorado along and south of I-70 is just not going to get much in the way of any significant moisture. There's the snow prediction. It's holding steady. We haven't seen this change very much. The Wind River Mountains of Wyoming, the Absarokas, the higher mountains of Yellowstone Park is probably the highest probability of seeing some snow up high. The Uintas of Utah as well, the highest Bighorns, and the highest mountain peaks of southern Wyoming and northern Colorado may get a little bit of snow tonight and tomorrow morning. Taking a look at the longer term, this is going out to about a week from today. What we see is the return of warm high pressure over the central and southern Rockies with another frontal system heading into the Pacific Northwest. This looks real typical late summer. Still warm, still plenty of warm summer days coming, but the frequency of these fronts now start to increase as the jet stream gets stronger as it gets colder in the higher latitudes late August into early September. Have yourself a great Thursday, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.